Hey guys, thanks for taking the time to tune in. In our newsletter last week, we learned Ron Mayo's take on the A team and the importance of having those professionals around and available to get the possible jobs done. And this week, we just want to get to know Ron Mayo a little bit more. So we're going to ask him a couple of questions. We wanted to create this in a video so that you guys can really connect and get a better feel for what we've got going on. So, Ron, a little bit about yourself. Tell us about who you are, where you came from.
Okay. Well, I was actually born in California, and I lived there until just before I was 4 years old, and then my parents moved here to Utah. And growing up, it was I only have two memories of California, and one of them was my brother and I were throwing dirt clods. My dad had got some dirt because he was going to put some sod down, got some topsoil, and it rained and formed these dirt clods. And we were just chucking them at each other, and then eventually ended up throwing them over the fence. And it was kind of cool because when they hit the ground, you heard a plop. And later on that night, uh, the neighbor came over and talked to my parents and told them that we had filled their pool full of dirt. And then the other memory that I have of California was we were playing around my dad's Ford pickup truck. And as kids, you like to mess with everything and see what everything does. And we were playing around it, and I grabbed the gas cap and was able to twist it enough that it popped off. And it was hot, and the gas had expanded and actually shot out into my eyes. And I remember my mom holding my eyes open under the faucet, and it was not a good experience. To this day, I still have a hard time with anything in my eyes, eye drops or anything like that. I mean, even holding my eye open, it's hard to do it. But yeah, I moved to Utah and grew up in a family of 11 kids. And so, as you can imagine, there was a lot of work to be done. I was the second oldest, and I ended up doing a lot of the work around the house because my mom and dad were both working. I was always the babysitter. I remember, and most people will not remember this stuff, but cloth diapers, changing cloth diapers on my younger brothers and sisters, and cleaning the poop out of those diapers in the toilet and rewashing them. So yeah, a lot of fun stuff growing up.
Sounds like character building.
Yeah, definitely. And my parents definitely taught me hard work. That's one thing that I've definitely learned along the way is I'm not afraid to work hard. If there's something that needs to be done, I'm going to jump in and do it. Sometimes I go overboard and I want to do everything. And that's one thing that's kind of held me back is always agreeing to help other people. My wife and I were supposed to have our house fixed up and sold a year and a half ago, and I've been busy helping other people and still haven't got that finished. So, yeah, working every day, trying to get stuff done, painting cabinets, going to be laying tile, all of that. But that's the way life goes. So
So where have you worked before?
uh, just about everywhere. Um, I've I've done everything from selling shoes at a department store. I have been a sales tax auditor for the state of Utah. Um, I've uh, I've done construction, um, and I'm a realtor. I'm also a licensed life insurance agent. I've just got a real estate continuing education class approved through the state of Utah. I'm going to be teaching realtors how to help their clients get out of debt and invest in real estate. So, uh, got a lot of things going on, and I'm also helping a nonprofit organization. It's called. No, there you go. Yeah, I've got myself backwards, but it's Honor 365. And Honor 365 helps veterans and first responders. The biggest thing that they're trying to do is stop veteran suicide and first responders suicide. There's too many of them that see unspeakable things in what they're doing, and it it really gives them PTSD, and they don't know how to handle it. And when they get home, they can't talk about it with their family, and it just weighs on their mind, and it's a hard thing. So I'm doing everything I can to try and help them. I'm actually, my goal for this year is to help them raise over $1 million to help our veterans and first responders.
Wow, that is awesome. That's so cool. Now we know the real reason why your house hasn't gotten done. You
Yeah.
have so many occupations. So,
Yeah, I actually helped them with a car wash, with Quick Quack Car Wash. We did a car wash for a first responder, a detective in the Pleasant Grove Police Department. His wife has cancer. They went in to try and do an operation to remove a tumor out of her stomach and saw that it had spread. And they told her that they couldn't do the surgery and that she's just going to have to deal with it, live as long as she can. And her husband is working, and he's had to take time off to help with things around the house and help with the kids. And so just trying to make a difference, trying to do something to help him and his families.
I can totally resonate with that. So, when did you come into contact with Retinal Fever? How and why are you involved as president of the company? What's inspired you to take on that position?
I don't know why I'm president. uh, I met Ron Haycock actually at a networking event, a business networking event, and they were honoring somebody that was really good at connecting other people. And uh, Ron was the first person that I talked to at the event. I didn't know anybody. I knew two people there. The person that invited me and one other person. And it was my first time going to any networking events like this, and started talking to Ron, and he told me what he did, and and how he helped business owners set up their structure so they could get the best tax advantages and legal protection. And I was intrigued by it. I have an accounting degree, and so I was interested in that because I'd never heard that type of concept before. I mean, even in school, they don't teach the application of accounting principles. And so I had no idea what he was talking about. I mean, I saw kind of the overview of what he was talking about, but I didn't think that it was possible to do what he was talking about. And so he told me that he was doing some classes to train people to be CFOs. And I signed up for it and started learning some of the concepts that he was teaching. And it just made a lot of sense to me. And I saw that there was a lot of people that could use this and benefit from this. And as a sales tax auditor for the state, it was hard for me because I saw that a lot of the things that the state was telling people wasn't what I believed. And the law was written one way and they interpreted it a different way. And so I, a lot of times, thought that the taxpayer was doing things right and the tax commission didn't. And so that was hard for me. I was with them for 4.5 years, and eventually it just didn't make sense anymore. And after going through that, I saw that there's a need for people to be educated on what the laws are, education about how they can do something different and they can make a difference in their business. And it's been a mission of mine to help other people. I really feel that that's why I'm here on this earth, is to help other people. And it hasn't been clear to me until recently why I've done some of the things that I've done, and why I've struggled through some of the things that I've struggled through. I've been through a lot in my life. I've had a lot of ups and downs, and I've learned from those things. And I feel that that's why I'm in the position I'm at now, is that I can see where people are coming from when it's somebody that's just starting out and struggling to keep the lights on. I totally understand where they're coming from. I sympathize with them, and I feel for them. I want them to succeed, and that's kind of my passion, is helping other people succeed.
That is such a valuable, just speaking as, the national sales director, we are so grateful to have you in that position, especially during these times that we've happened into this year. It's so great to have a person on the team whose focus is resonating with the people out there who need the education, and helping to understand where they're coming from, and exactly what kind of impact we can make. So that is so great. Can you offer to these people, be it our current clients or anyone who's going to watch this in the future, what piece of advice would you offer that they could apply in business and in life to provide a positive impact for them?
That's a hard one, because I mean, I've got so much advice, so many different things that I want to tell people. But I actually had a training that I went to where the number 20 person on Inc. magazine's all-time leadership experts um, was talking, and he talked about two different things that he had noticed. He he deals with a lot of really successful business owners, and he said that out of all the people that he's met, there's almost without fail, he says there's one, maybe two people that he's met that didn't have at least one of these things that held them back before they were before they were able to become successful at what they were doing. And the first thing was that they didn't feel like they could make a difference. They felt like they were just one fish in a big, huge ocean, and what they did wouldn't make any impact. And the second limiting belief that they had was that they didn't deserve to be successful. And I look back at my own journey, and I've actually had both of those limiting beliefs. And it's only been recently that I've been able to realize that I have those limiting beliefs, and that has held me back throughout a lot of my life on things that I've done. Is I've held myself back, and I've realized that I've been running away from things instead of running towards something. And so I think the biggest piece of advice that I can give is run for something, run for your business. You deserve it. You can make a difference. The biggest thing that holds us back, it's not what's out there in the business world. Everything that holds us back is right up here. If we can get our thinking right and have that confidence in ourselves and allow ourselves to know that we're worth it, then we can do anything. When we're kids, nobody can stop us. I mean, parents, we can't stop our kids. They do what they want to do. And we try to tell them, no, you can't do that. And the only thing that holds us back is that we're constantly told once we start in school, well, even before that, our parents tell us, no, don't do that, don't do that, don't do that. And you need to do this and you need to do this. And why do I need to do that? Well, because I said so. And we get that beat into us so many times over and over and over and over again. And we're taught that we're supposed to follow a system of let's go get a good education, let's work hard and get that degree, and then we go get a job and we work hard so we can move up that ladder. And that doesn't work. If you look at the majority of people, 95% of people, when they come to retirement age, they're either dead or they're dead broke. And so we get in that rut of thinking that if we follow all of these rules and we do everything right according to what we're taught about educating ourselves and going and getting a good job and doing all of that, 95% of the people do that, and they don't get anywhere with it. They retire and they make less money than what they were making before, which they couldn't live on before. And so we need to really think about what we're doing, and we need to realize that we don't have to listen to everybody else telling us you're not going to make it. That's a stupid idea. You can't do that. Do what you want to do. Be passionate about your business. Be passionate about improving your mental attitude.
Couldn't agree
Get rid
more.
of those limiting beliefs.
Right. Definitely. I love the emphasis on the word run towards something. Don't take it lightly. Be passionate. Make sure you're just really racing towards it. And then I also have to agree. I've never had any growth in my life that was worth having without having first applied myself to personal growth and having that reflect out into what I'm doing. So definitely agree, and I hope that our listeners and or readers got a lot of value out of this today. We're going to go ahead and wrap it up, folks, but we'll see you next time, and thanks for listening.